This is Majesty and this is not. Instead, this game is Lasaria fantasy kingdom sim that claims to be the spiritual successor to Majesty. Not my words, but theirs. And there's a demo out you can play right now that will give you a taste of that majestic Majesty but not Majesty gameplay. If you're not familiar with this RTS classic, Majesty and its sequel Majesty 2 are fantasy RTS games where you only have indirect control over your units. Want to defeat an evil monster lair just off to the east of your base? Well, put a bounty on that task and watch your intrepid heroes go do them. I'm calling these sort of games RTS purely because they are in real time and not that they follow a set of game mechanics from the RTS genre, just to clear that up. Lessaria is very much a game that's trying to recreate that same spark, the same magic of Majesty today, but I don't think it quite nails that magic bit yet, but more on that later. It's certainly a game that was on my radar when I found out about it. A modern game that's doing a Majesty style strategy game? Yeah, count me in. Well, first off, for a new game, Lasaria doesn't look the new part that much. There's certainly a shift in graphics if you compare it to Majesty 2, which is a much brighter looking game. Lasaria is more of the first Majesty in terms of its art style and tone, and I think for some of you that's a plus point. It's not the sharpest looking game today, it has a bit of a Warcraft 3 vibe. Overall, I'd say it's okay as long as the gameplay is really good. The graphics really just serve the gameplay. I don't think it looks entirely dated, maybe just a tad bit, but it's just not the standout thing in this game, which I don't want to judge too harshly as well, yet. Since we've only got a demo now and the game comes out on 21st October, which it's unclear if it's launching as a full release or in early access, but I've asked the devs for clarification on this, so I'll update my comment below this video to reflect any updates I get from them. Because I do hope it's coming to early access instead, because there's just a lot of parts that are unfinished and not well thought out. While Lasaria is said to be inspired by Majesty, the game's Steam page mentioned they are also evolving the genre a bit. But if you played this demo, you won't see much of this evolution work out that well. The economy seems busted, at least they did not make it clear what some of the resource producing buildings do, because nothing in this game costs wood or iron or stone. And you use gold for everything, so what's the point of actually having resource building? From creating bounties for heroes to paying for structures to be built, everything is gold. But if you look at the screenshots in the Steam page of the game, you will find that other resources were part of the game design earlier on, but they had a couple of place tests and it seems the core design idea must have changed, which is a tad bit worrying that something as core to the game like that can still be in flux and could be drastically changed. I mean, there's nothing wrong with a community-driven development approach for sure, but this could take a while to finish, just a note of warning here. Now, the lumber mills and resource buildings don't produce those resources, but I do think each of these buildings generate tax or gold for you. Again, these things need to be shown and made clear to make sense of it all. But I do like how they've made things quicker and easier to get into the game. It's a bit more intuitive. Structures take a bit less time to build. It's a lot shorter than compare Majesty, I think the first Majesty, and especially Majesty 2. You can use a context-sensitive Alt key to place the appropriate type of flag on the map, so there's less fiddling about with different buttons and stuff. Flags are basically bounties for your heroes to partake in. So what sort of bounty are you placing? Is it an attack or a defend sort of bounty? There is a general quality of life improvement from the core mechanics of the Majesty games, but not the stuff the devs are adding in. Take the squad mechanics, which is a new thing. You can create a squad in a tavern, but there's a lot of unanswered questions here. Do they take on bounties as a squad? How much gold do I pay for the squad? Can I request for a squad to take on a bounty? This idea seems neat on paper, since in these Majesty games, it's quite random for heroes to just waltz in and get their asses handed to them by the monster, and you actually slowly chip away at them. But the theory with the squad is if they travel together, they'd have a much better chance of beating powerful monsters on the first go, with support capabilities, tanks and such. But controlling squads, or rather how they behave, doesn't seem to be finished at the moment, or at least communicated well at all, and perhaps could use one or two more options here and there. If you were a non-Majesty game player, Lasaria would absolutely confuse the hell out of you. There's a lot of missing information about basics and the new systems players need to know about. There are also a bunch of bugs related to things like dialogue or subtitle appearing out of sync and such. Not that big of a deal for what is a game that's a work in progress, but it's not the most polished demo, quite frankly. I'm still interested to see where the devs take this game, how they improve upon these evolutionary mechanics like squads. Currently it's not done, I feel like it's a little half-baked, but I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. I'll probably come back to it maybe in a year's time, or however long it takes for them to finish the game proper. Just a tip to the devs, if you watch this, please update the Steam page with like really important information, like is the game coming to early access or is it getting a full release, and put information about what's updated or what's been changed, how are you planning to change the economy, or even like a list of like what's not done yet, or features that are not done yet, or what are we testing, like a bit more information about things on the Steam page. That would be mighty helpful for people to assess just how much of the game is done. Anyway, have you played the demo? Are you a fan of the Majesty games? Which one was your favorite? I know there's quite a few of you who don't like Majesty too. Tell me in the comments below. Speaking of spiritual successor of a classic RTS, I did a video about Stormgate after playing the single player campaign, and I think things don't look so good for the game and the developers. Watch that video over here. Thanks for watching and farewell, noble friends.